All right, it's noon. I'm getting back onto the trail. Got another uphill section, but it doesn't look as bad today as it did a couple days ago. I've got 2 liters of water on me, and I'm ready to get after it. I've got new gloves, new shoes, and whenever we get to camp, I'll show you my new tent and my new quilt. Mile and a half up. The trail's been in good shape. Some places are pretty steep and some places are pretty level. Just a little bit too early for the blackberries. But I'm feeling good. It's a nice cool day and every now and then there's a breeze. Usually I just catch their tails. Well, are you going to go on by? Do I have to go around you? All right, fine, be like that. "500 foot lower, and the blackberries already have berries. There's still some blooms on them up here. Not there yet. Just a little level spot before it gets steep again. This is the view from the summit of Bald Knob, which, from the name, I didn't expect this many trees. So that's my big uphill, like 2,000 foot and 2.8 miles. I'll have another little one here in a little bit where I go over the peak of a mountain. I'm on my way up Coal Mountain. I've only got about a mile to go to get to the top. And I didn't realize it's actually not as high as Bald Knob. Looks like it's going to be a lot of short, steep spots with level spots. Going to be a lot of little ups and downs for the rest of the day. Big downhill, probably be first thing tomorrow. We'll see. I'm feeling pretty good, so I think I could hike pretty late. This is the peak of Coles Mountain. The guide says there's going to be quite a bit of open meadow up here. So the peak for Coles Mountain was over there. And it looks like I'm going to be walking through meadows for like a mile and a half. Not bad. It's a nice cool breeze. Just a good day all around. Heading downhill for right now. Here's another cool spot that I wish I had found while it was raining. I'm coming down from up there. I'm going across Tar Jacket Ridge right now. And earlier I saw a local out hiking. And I mentioned that I'm getting ready to come to my 3rd salt log gap. Wondered why so many gaps were called that. He said, well, they'd put salt on a log for hogs, and so that they would build these stone walls, kind of help keep the hogs contained, but they'd turn them out up here when there was lots of chestnut, and that the hogs would fatten up on chestnuts. And I just thought that was kind of interesting. Here's one side of the summit of Tar Jacket Ridge. And hopefully I'll get a view from the other side over here. This is the North Fork of the Piney River, or part of it. I think there's some more over there, but I'm going to go up and look for a flat spot around that rock. It's 6:30. If I can find a good spot to camp, I'll take it. Getting a pretty early start, 6:30. Didn't get to set up my tent after all. There was only like one good spot. Somebody was already there, so I cowboy camped. Bugs weren't bad, nice and cool. Getting an early start, so I'm hoping to do some pretty good miles today. This is the Sealy Woodworth shelter. Only 2 miles from where I made camp last night. I should have just come here last night. Passed one gentleman hiking out as I was hiking in. It doesn't look like it was as crowded here as I was afraid. Starting to get pretty windy. I thought I had a few days before it was going to start raining, but it looks like I just checked the weather forecast and I might be getting rain tonight. Wish I didn't put the poncho at the bottom of my pack. The guide says that this view is about 1/10 of a mile away. I'm going to go try for it. The mist is in the trees, but it's not down here to me yet. This might be my last chance of a view today. This is right after coming down from Spy Rock, and the mist isn't this low. It's just low enough to catch the top. I'm not going to be going downhill for a while, so I'm sure I'll be hiking up into the mist again later on. Please go on. I don't want to have to step over you. Please go on. Be that way. Wouldn't want to slip and fall here. The day started off so pleasant. It's not actually raining yet, but the trees are starting to drip. I might not be doing big miles today after all. I ain't giving up yet. Came by the Priest shelter just because I need water, and it's about 3.5 miles to the next water source. See, the weather's gotten foggier. Not making bad time, just not quite doing the miles I thought I would. The sky got brighter, still foggy. I am now on a 4-mile, 3,000-foot descent. And then after that, I'll have 6-mile, like 3,200-foot elevation gain. If I do that all today. But I'm still feeling motivated. I would still like to do big miles today. Hopefully I get out from underneath this fog in a little while. I came from up there, and I was hoping that by the time I dropped down 1,000 foot, I'd be underneath the cloud, but no. Anyway, still going down. Some spots have been a little steep and slick, so I'm really glad that I've got new shoes with more aggressive tread. Time to keep going. This is Cripple Creek. It's going to be my best water source for a few miles, so I'm going to sit down, get some water, drink some water, figure out how much water I want to carry up that next climb. This is the Ty River, which marks the end of my big downhill, beginning of my uphill. Earlier, whenever I said that was my best water source, because usually rivers aren't all that good, the water looks all right. All right, time to start some up. So it started raining about a half mile ago. 2 miles into the uphill. I don't think I'm going to get any views up on the peak. So I think I'm going to try this side trail. And hopefully I can at least see some waterfalls. All right, here I go. That's the trail. This last little bit's going to be steep and rocky. I'm about halfway through this side trail. So I think I'm heading back to the AT. This is the shelter right off the AT, and shelter's full of people that got rained on hard up at the peak. There's lots of camping around, but there's another spot a little bit up the trail that I'd like to go check out. But it's still fairly early. The only reason I'm thinking about making camp so early is because there aren't a lot of good options for the next 5 or 6 miles. And I'm anxious to set up that tent, see how it looks. This is going to be my campsite tonight. It's a ridge. I don't know if you can see the skyline there and over there. So I should have a breeze. As long as there's not a storm, this should be great. Gonna pick out my spot. Look and see if I can get any signal from those rocks right over there. I think my lens is wet while I'm not getting any focus. Anyway, I'll let you see what camp looks like after I get it set up. So I didn't get a perfect pitch. The Mir Langshan 2 is not an exact copy of the duplex, so I'm still going to have some to learn about getting a good pitch. And the sunlight didn't last for long. It's not late enough for the sun to have set yet, but a cloud is moving in. But I plan on being dry in my tent, gonna enjoy a fire, make my dinner, and go to bed. Getting a decently early start. Don't know how much it rained. The tent was just a little bit damp though. We had a cool breeze this morning. I'm feeling good. I've got 20 miles to Rockfish Gap where I can get off at Waynesboro. Although 7 miles of that I think is supposed to be rock scramble. So see what kind of time I can make. I'd like to get as many miles done before 2 p.m. as possible because that's when they say the rain's going to start again. But it's a pretty morning right now. That's Blue Ridge Parkway right over there. The AT crosses it several times. I think I took a picture of a sign a week or so ago saying how many times. Crossing Blue Ridge Parkway again. Some folks were set up here with some breakfast for Trail Magic. And I'm getting going again. The notes on the guide says that the next 7 miles are going to be kind of rock scramble. This is what it is right off through the road. I'm not going to show you all the rocks, but if anything really special comes along, I'll show you. Lots of water today. Gonna grab some water here. and get going again. Sunny day right now. I believe this is the Waynesboro Valley. Pretty nice how much it's not raining right now. Got some rocks. And time to get back after it. This is Laurel Spring. I don't necessarily need water now, but it's 4 miles on the other side of Humpback Mountain before there will be more water. So I'm going to go ahead and drink some, take some. Came down from up there. And it's going to be a little bit steep here in just a minute. Came from down there. Just about to the top of this little uphill section. Now I'll go downhill. Now I'll go up again. The view from the other side of the mountain. I believe that's Wintergreen Resort over there. Starting to get a breeze, starting to get some cloud cover. Still a pretty day. I've got this nice rock ledge to stand on. I'm going to sit down over there, drink some water, get ready to go the rest of the way up Humpback Mountain and go up that way. Coming down from this way, the peak of Humpback Mountain didn't really have much to see, to where I kind of went past it without really realizing it. Over here we have some more old walls made out of stacked rocks. Anyway, got a couple of miles of downhill. Feeling pretty good, making good time. More old stone wall. I was sitting here getting some water. There's a little stream right over there, and it just started raining. I thought I had another hour or two at least. Well, the rain came down really hard for about a half hour. Trails flowing, shoes are wet, but I put my poncho on, so I'm not soaked except from like the knees down. Keeping my poncho handy though, because I bet that's not the last time it happens today. Going down that way, just crazy how it's already blue sky, super sunny, getting hot and steamy. And if you look over there, there's going to be some wild grapes here pretty soon. Back at the last water source, I was about 10 miles from town, making good time. Just anxious to get there, get a Diet Coke, and maybe hit a Chinese buffet. Oh, if you'd like to. I wonder how much stronger this is running just because of that storm today. Look at, that's perpetual motion. Those long legs making it look easy. All right, I'm going to take a break at this shelter up here. Stopped off at the Paul Wolf shelter just for a quick break, about 5 miles from Rockfish Gap, where I plan to catch a ride into Waynesboro. It's not raining right now. Still looks like it could any minute. There are several people at the shelter. I think they're just done with the rain, and that's where they're going to stay. This is the last water source before town, and Rockfish Gap is only a mile away. But I don't know how long I'm going to be there waiting for a ride, so I'm going to go ahead and grab some more water. Just came up right there. And I'm pretty sure this is Rockfish Gap. Find a spot over here, call and let the hostel know that I'm here, and wait for my ride.